Happy birthday,
homie.
Happy birthday, homeboy. Happy birthday, homie. All right, yay. It'll sound better down the road when we get our mics and everything. But yeah, man, we just have to show our dog Sean Hart Izzo some love. Follow him at Sean Hart Izzo, getting his cash app, send my dog some birthday money. Definitely gonna need to stack up. Football season is here. NBA season not far away. You know, our dog like to bet, so go ahead, get him right so he ain't got to take no hard losses because he using y'all money. Show him love, man. Show him love.
Yeah, man, you made it past 21.
L's, man.
Congratulations.
We got some lessons, man. That's the only thing got a L on it. Just some lessons. That's it.
Church Tabernacle. Welcome to the Respect the Game podcast. Thank you all for listening. You already know we don't take y'all tuning in for granted. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pops. Shout out to my mama for making that decision. Shout out to my granny too. Follow at EMAC Stats for all your up-to-date sports coverage, high school, college, and the pro level. I will not disappoint. I'll keep you up to date with all the intricate interviews and highlights and game coverage. So yeah, man. But as always, like, what is a podcast without your brothers?
Yo, man, Sean Hart Izzo, charismatic, good, excellent, at its finest, man. That's Instagram, Twitter, like my man said, Cash App, YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever, man. It's lit.
Yo, it's the host with the most that blows the most smoke. The host of Talkin Smoke, Black Peace, the one and only, the rap plug, the hip hop plug. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram. I mean, Apple, Spotify. Anywhere you get your dope ass podcast from, you can fuck with it.
Before you go, Coach Johnson, you can go ahead and insert your hello to all my Coon members out there while you're doing your intro.
Gotcha. Hello, everyone. This is Coach Johnson. I am the husband of Jordan. I'm the father of Harper and Deuce. I am here to bring the controversy to help you reason just a little bit more and to help you think just a little deeper about your thoughts. What's up to the Coon squad out there? To all the those who are on the squad and those who wish to be on the squad. I appreciate the love that we got last week from all the soon-to-be coons out there, or the wannabe coons out there. I appreciate it. Keep it going. Keep being confident, outcome-oriented, and Negro.
I had a nice ring to it if I were to be a part of some tomfoolery. Yeah, man, that was catchy. You should write jingles and shit, man.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. I am the one and only Sedacious Xavier Miles, and on behalf of me and my niggas, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Yes, even the Coon, he appreciates it too.
Hey man, like I had put in the group chat last week, this podcast will be heard from both wings, without question. But yeah, no, shout out to everybody supporting the podcast. We welcome those who embrace their coonism, as well as the other side. So yeah, man, I definitely don't think that would be Coach Johnson's last mock draft, if you will.
Wow, man, I got some heat, man. I got some heat online. People were trying to get on the team. They were asking like, yo, why you forgot about me? And I was like, hey, got to try out next year. So
nah, for sure. One person on your list, I would definitely I wouldn't mind sitting down talking to and picking the brain of the head coach, Glenn Lowry.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind picking his brain. But yeah, man. Yo, got a dope episode coming up this week. As always, like that's breaking news. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna let Black Peace kick us off.
Yeah, man. We're definitely gonna be talking about. See, kick us off. Which one we going with first, just to make sure?
Whichever one you want. It's your world.
Okay. I want to talk about the main thing that we all been waiting for since I want to say January and even 2020. It's not to go back quite outside all the way. It's definitely either Drake's album or Kanye's album. Now I have a conspiracy that they're both trying to outdo each other, and I feel like what they're trying to wait for one or the other to drop. And at this point, they're kind of playing with the fans. But I will say that Drake is actually winning. He's getting the less heat because he's not playing with your emotions with a date necessarily. I want to say he's given us 2 to 3 dates, and that's about it. Kanye has literally had us on edge with listening, taste. I mean, we've practically heard the album without actually hearing the album. And we're probably going to hear half, maybe not half. We don't know what to expect from it. But at the end of the day, both of these artists are making history, in my opinion, with the prolonging of their albums. And of course, the name of those albums are with Drake, you have Certified Lover Boy, and with Kanye, you have Donda. So what do we have here, sir?
So my question, off of what you just said, I remember right back before we got into like this humongous like digital age era, like whether when you drop, you don't want to drop on the same day or same week as another big artist. I don't know, people may not have that much money to go around and try to buy up everybody's copy, especially when it was in like the physical format, right? The only explanation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting to. But right, so like now with the streaming, is the thought process as an artist, right? Like when you want to drop, I know sometimes it has stuff to do with like the quarter, like you're reaching like whatever your quarter mark is for your record label or whatever. But like as an artist now, I guess talking about like a Drake and a Kanye, you trying to decide when you want to drop, or I want to drop before him or after him. Like, is that I only see that being rooted in maybe whatever particular week you decide to drop. You want to be able to have like the masses focus solely on your album and not anybody else's. Is like that the strategy behind like them like playing the little mind games of like, I ain't gonna drop, I'm thinking about dropping, not yet, hold on, it ain't ready yet. Like, how do y'all like break that down?
I feel like they're doing it out of one thing. Keep in mind, Kanye is 1-0. Kanye did this to 50 Cent, and he won. Graduation versus St. Valentine's
The Massacre?
Day Massacre.
Was it the Massacre?
I believe so. Was the Massacre?
It was Curtis.
Curtis. I beat you.
Curtis.
But it was Curtis.
I don't mean to be
it was
very
Curtis.
bad news, but this ain't this, and that ain't that.
But at the time it was. 50 Cent was at the top of his game.
We wasn't in the
50 Cent was
streaming
that guy.
era back then. There was definitely no streaming era back then.
But also think about that. If you wasn't in the streaming era back then, you have to commit that $12 to $18 on that artist.
I'm not even speaking from a streaming standpoint. I'm speaking as far as a cultural iconic image. Yes, 50 Cent is arguably known around the world, predominantly for his In the Club song, which will probably never go out of style. It is a cement in culture. It has its place. He's had many successful business ventures, like, selling off vitamin water, doing, great series on television. He's a great entrepreneur, but as far as just being an iconic figure within music, I don't think musically he reached the heights that Drake has. You can even say from accolades, awards won, and he stretches far more than hip hop, right? He goes into R&B. Drake has done reggaeton. He will do whatever is willing and universally popping in order to stay relevant. He's shown that over a decade plus. And I just think Drake will kind of more so easily outsell him. I won't say easily or handedly, but I feel as though Kanye West is a great, definitely. I don't know if he's top 5, but definitely a top 10 rapper all time. I just put him in there just as far as all around what he brings to the table, influence, culture, just other ventures outside of music. But I just don't think it's that, man, in regards to the comparison back to the two. I feel like Drake is way bigger, than 50 was. And 50 was huge, and that's saying something. And I don't want to talk down like 50 wasn't it. Like 50 was it, but I just think it's a whole new level.
So to answer your question,
don't you think?
I feel like, I'm sorry, go ahead, Darnell.
No. Go, Dacius.
Yeah, so to answer your question, I feel like with Kanye, it could be either a marketing ploy that he's doing, or it could be that the engineers don't have everything mastered the way that he really wants it mastered before it gets released. So Kanye is really meticulous like that, to where if the smallest instrument ain't sounding how he wanted to sound, he will delay it. Or it could be like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of giving it and taking away type shit. But what I feel like Drake won't release his album until Donda gets that weekend or 2 weekends that it needs to have. And then he'd be like, okay, well, now I'm finna go and get my month or 2 or 3. So,
who do you think is gonna drop first, Darnell?
I agree with what Sedacious is saying, because it's not I don't think it's a neutral dropping situation. I do believe Drake is somewhat trolling him. He's been trolling him the whole year with a lot of his subliminals and his songs. He's been on his ass. And people can't say they ain't there. They are there. You gotta listen. Stop playing. He's been doing it since Astroworld. He's been doing it since what's that? The double album. That's when he first started getting on his ass, because of the Push T situation. But to get back to it, I believe that Drake is gonna do it. He's gonna outsell him. But I feel like I said, he's gonna drop it the same weekend, because it's some issue that has not come to light quite yet. Hopefully in the album. But like I said, there's been so much tension between those two camps. And to where it's just like, man, he hasn't released that because he knows he's going to release it. He'd rather troll him and financially beat him. Because in rap, what's the usual thing? You beat them in rap battles, song for song.
Yeah.
He's gotten to a point where he's like, I think Drake is ready to like get rid of him all the way. So I'm going to drop my album on your shit. And guess what? Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to listen. I'm going to give a fuck about you. And at the end of the day, y'all gotta listen to his singles, his features. He's mentioning subliminals towards Drake, towards Kanye. He's making these subliminals. Like the one he says, I would like to talk to Jesus, talk about Jesus, but the things I'll tell him he won't believe. That's saying something about some shit they know about. That's just, it's tension, man. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's something there that's like fucked up.
What was that bar? He was like, crept down the block, should have made a right or something.
He lives right down the street from him. Crept down the block, made a left, turned the headlights, all that. Like, he lives down the street from him. Those are directions to his house.
What song was that again?
That's Sicko Mode.
That's
Sicko Mode. But it's, like I said, bro, like, this dude Drake it's some issue. I think it has something to do with the ex-wife personally, the whole Kim thing, but at the end of the day, it's some kind of tension that happened.
Proven to turn his savage up on every occasion in regards to any musically inclined, quarrels that he may be in. But I feel as though this has kind of permeated past the music. Drake almost taking this shit personal. I think man, hey, so if Drake get at you different ways, he talk to your girl. He be real friendly, fuck around and offer your kids a spot on the album. Some crazy shit, man.
Your maid is listening to wait, how's that part go? Come on now. Your girl is pressing play, your wife is pressing play.
Listen.
Come on, man.
Your baby mama in the car jamming me. Now you hypnotized with hatred. Man.
What's the best way to get rid of somebody dropping when he about to drop one of his so-called best albums he ever dropped?
All right,
so that's that whole situation.
I'll bet you $1 and I'll cash app you the $1 on here to Respect the Game podcast. that they will
Man, where I'm from, $1 is 100. So y'all
they won't drop. They won't drop. They won't drop at the same time.
This may not have nothing to do with nothing, and people may not give it any thought. But I've been like, I mean, there's no signs to lead to it. I'm just trying to be prepared for anything. Like, I've been keeping my eye on a missile, like how everybody talking about, oh, Drake, oh, Kanye. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those K-Dot missiles came out of nowhere. It's been a minute, and I would use their hype to drop and detonate all that they got going on and have and like come back like I never left. So I wouldn't be surprised if a Kendrick Lamar missile came out of nowhere. But that's just a random thought I had. Don't pay me no mind.
Out of sport too. No beef. Out of sport.
Man, if Kendrick Lamar dropped some subliminal graphic on his Instagram, that shit up, man. Nigga could drop his album in 2 days and that shit gone.
Stupid.
Come on, man. Retunto.
Yeah, but you heard it here on the Respect the Game podcast. Yeah, man. We're gonna skip bypass that. All right, so check this out. So NBA schedule just came out this week. And here's the thing. So you get for Christmas, obviously Christmas is a big game. You got the Hawks versus the Knicks. They played last year in the playoffs. Celtics versus the Bucks. The Warriors at the Suns. That's gonna be a good game. Definitely. Then you got the Nets at the Lakers on Christmas Day. And then you got the Mavs at the Jazz. And on opening night, you got the Warriors versus the Lakers, and you got the Nets versus the Bucks. Now, I remember like that age where you remember like whoever was like, you remember like, I guess it was like 4 or 5 years straight for Christmas, like you always had the Warriors versus the Cavs, because like LeBron and Steph was like those megalodons, right? And so I always felt that like that was just like natural, like scheduling, like, all right, teams in the NBA finals are gonna like always like headline Christmas or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Right, but obviously it's like you would see like the megalodon shift and shake, and it's like, no, we're gonna make sure we get these ratings. I don't think, I mean,
we're not putting the goddamn Pistons on Christmas Day.
No, damn it. I mean, I personally wouldn't mind seeing another Bucks versus the Suns for Christmas, but I can't lie to you and tell you that like the Nets versus the Lakers is far more. Well, no, it's the Warriors. It's the Warriors. It's the Warriors, but
to be
no, I'm lying. I'm sorry.
One of the highest ranked regular season games, I feel like, or one of the highest viewed regular season games ever.
For sure, for sure.
And, up, man. Look alive over there, son.
And especially all saying the same if they if all teams are healthy. Real quick, Darnell. So obviously talking about ratings. I think there's 2 ways you could look at this. You could be like, as a player, I ain't tripping. I got Christmas off. Or you could be like, yo, where's the disrespect? Like, we want that nationally televised game. The Joker, like he's not headlining. He's coming in as the reigning MVP. Like, is this like no respect on the Nuggets name coming back fully healthy Jamal Murray, or should it, or is it something, or is it nothing? Should the Nuggets be happy they got Christmas off, or should they feel like the league is like shitting on them?
Yo, baby.
I mean, Jamal Murray coming off a major injury, and we kind of foresee the Nuggets not having a strong start to the season. So I think that just got accompanied into it. So I mean, shit, it is what it is, man.
His birthday was yesterday. Y'all forget.
What the hell they got to do with anything? I'm making perfect sense.
No, he was like, "Do you think da 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 da?" And you was like, "Well, I think."
I don't think it's. He gonna say the birthday, but I know what you meant to say. Nah, right on.
But nah, man. Yeah, man. That's fuel for the fire, man. That's definitely disrespectful. This is a championship caliber team for sure. Like, hate them or love them, or get a little tweaking here, there, whatever. But they still they have the MVP. They have Jamal Murray, like you said, coming off an injury. This is very disrespectful. And with that being said, I can see some dramatic I don't know. I can't even say it, man. This league right now, man, it's scary. I can't even say what place in they'll be, but I can see them come with a vengeance and definitely being a shocker team in the West based off of that one in particular situation. So no headline opening, no big game in the opening. That's embarrassing. No Christmas game. That's embarrassing.
Me and Coach Johnson don't feel like it's no disrespect at all. We feel like you niggas ain't earned shit. Jokic got the MVP and got swept. You got what you deserve. You got the MVP and then got swept. This is a team game. Your team was ass. They was not there for you. So they don't deserve no Christmas coverage.
And again, Jamal Murray is not there.
Second that.
He is the best guard that they have in the perimeter-oriented league. I do not want to see fucking Will Barton and Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. on Christmas Day.
Right.
Go home, rest.
Get your ass in the finals, and then we can talk about Christmas game. You ain't been to the finals talking about Christmas game.
Nigga, you're the Nuggets talking about a fucking Christmas game. Nobody wants to see you. No disrespect.
I mean, I think it's more. I don't think, even though the Joker was the MVP, I don't feel like he still has like that masses like league appeal or whatever. I mean, because like you look at like the Knicks, that's like ratings by itself. Like you don't even have to have stars, and it's the Knicks. They gonna play. I think Trae Young is like electrifying enough by himself to be like, we gonna put Trae Young. You know, make sure we get coverage on the Atlanta Hawks. Oh yeah, but again, Christmas Day got the Hawks versus the Knicks, the Celtics versus the Bucks, the Warriors versus the Suns, the Nets at the Lakers, and the Mavs going up against the Utah Jazz. And on opening night, which is October 19th, the Warriors will be going up against the Lakers, and we will be able to see the Nets going up against the Bucks. So, yeah. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but considering how tight we know the West is going to be, I'm interested to see like how how the end of the season schedule look for a lot of teams. So, and also too, there will be another play-in tournament, so that's something to consider too. So yeah, man. PJ Washington, shine hard.
Okay, well, Stephen A. Smith, put this camera on me.
Are we talking to the coach? No, I'm saying when you're done, we talk it up so we can hear what Coach got to say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this, man. I want to be very, very clear, brother. We have no sympathy for you. I love you, Doug. I do. But I tell you this is a hard lesson learned. And I don't even think, and the only reason it's hard because you ignored all of the road signs. You just don't end up in Rome, brother. Lines along the way.
Abreast the people on PJ Washington's situation, shine hard.
PJ Washington, man, he was in a very much so, I believe, exclusively committed relationship to social media personality, bundle of Brittany Renner, who was infamous for writing the book, speaking on, sleeping with multiple superstar athletes, celebs alike. She's been quoted coming out with a viral video saying how athletes, basketball players in general, are some of the dumber or easier celebs to catch and to have a baby by. So
that was her.
It is a viral video out.
Oh, I seen it. I just didn't connect it. Whoa.
But she had said this was prior to. This wasn't recent.
She was reiterating.
No.
A while ago.
The video resurfaced. Yes. It was an older video of her saying this years ago. So basically what we saying is she has laid down the foundation literally on an ebook via Amazon. I think it's available everywhere. She literally finds out in perfect fashion on how athletes and celebs can be manipulated into getting a bag by having their kid. and you proceed to fall for the bait of her coming to your game, you getting involved with her sexually and falling in love, you getting her pregnant all within the span of about 1.5 years, and then she breaks up with you months after she has the baby.
Fire your agent.
How fucking dumb can you be, bro? Like, it's just like you don't have no people in your ear.
Fire your
like,
PR, yes.
It ain't even got nothing to do with PR, bro. It got everything to do with how you was brought up, the type of, men you surround yourself with, nobody in your ear. But I get it. Like, love is blind, but god damn, bro.
Surely, do you think love is blind or do you think pussy is blind?
Man, I don't know, bro, because bro, you are an athlete. You are capable of hitting pretty much anybody you want to, bro. It's another bitch out here that look exactly like Brittany. And I don't want to say that, no disrespect to my black queens out there, but Doug, you can get you a young lady who looked exactly like her.
Same.
75-80% less fame, especially
same prototype. Same prototype
out there, bro. Just pick one.
Can I offer something though?
What Drake said in the line, and I'm gonna let you go. He said, hey man, once you done slept with one dime and you done slept with them all, and yeah, go ahead, bro. That shit.
Cause some dudes feel that they can be the one, like they special, like I'm that nigga. You know what I mean? Like I know she didn't hop, but I'm the one to where she's not gonna hop anymore. Fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? And so
pride comes before the fall.
Right, he could have been in that swirl, and she really
she probably could have paid. I mean, I know she played the role.
Right, she's stroking the ego like,
no, I'm you made all rookie first, second team.
Oh, like, good. You that nigga, PJ. Where have you been all my life?
No, but she was going on Instagram, making the long Instagram caption saying how blessed she was to finally get somebody that finally got her. I'm talking about, bro. So, I was even convinced for a second. She had me going.
So you going out for this, thinking that you finna turn her.
I see why he fell for this
shit. She's like, yo, you turning me. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
bro, her best friend is a porn star. Come on, dog. You think she ain't finna do the race on your ass like TK as soon as she...
I don't know how I feel, but I just get to the league and she come and approach me. Like, I'm gonna be like...
Bro, she was stalking him out at his collegiate games at Kentucky. It is videos and pictures of her showing up to Kentucky Wildcat games for him.
Bro, she must have seen...
She planted
for years ago that was her target.
Number one scout.
What did Wayne say to get target practice, baby?
On Lisa.
Hey,
I'm not the
shooter.
Make songs about these
women. Definitely was the bully, dog.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah, all I gotta say
bro, this shit goes so beyond there.
Go ahead, coach.
To the young men out there, I've spoken about this before. One of my old mentors who wrote a book, he had, I think, 50 rules of life. I only remember rule number 12. Rule number 12, never get involved with the wrong woman. If the strongest man in the Bible, Samson, can get derailed by a woman. If the holiest man in the Bible, David, can get derailed by a woman. If the wisest man in the Bible, Solomon, can get derailed by a woman, so can you, young man.
Like, hey, and piggyback off Christian, y'all always know I'm always talking about him. It's David.
Yeah. Hey man, what the boy Kevin Gates say, man? I'm quoting everybody tonight. Hey man,
Troy can fall
find that shit back.
Yeah. So, young man, vet them. Be very selective with who you allow to be around you. Be very selective who you put your stuff in. And once you are sure you have found the one, absolutely sure, your parents
better.
Your parents approve. Not just your boys, but your parents. Your parents approve. Your pastor approve. Then you're good to go. Until then, keep it locked down. I would say this. Hey, I'm not gonna name no names, but this has been a year of athletes getting derailed by women.
I was listening to a podcast today, JJ Riddick and one of his partners, the old man and the three, and I was just talking about like finances, financial literacy, and like that changing amongst the players, and like everybody trying to help each other to be educated, and how like at this point in the league compared to back in the day, like if you go broke, like it's literally because like you're a dumbass with how they have certain things set up in the NBA. I think the NBA has the best 401k or something like that. I think they like match your whatever they put in their 401k, they match it like exceeding 100% or something like that. And in that conversation on the podcast, when you talk about, all right, like what's the number one cause of like players like money going to waste, the number one is baby mothers. So
wow.
Yeah. This is an NBA athlete saying this. This isn't hearsay. So yeah, man, definitely
Hey, you know what NBA stands for? Never broke again. Free young boy.
Hey man. I didn't want to take it from him. It's like shoot the shot. Yeah. Nah, right. So still talking about women and players to take obviously with PJ Washington, that's like the horror side of it. When you feel like you're being duped by a woman. But nah, today talking to y'all and like anybody else out there like working towards goals and dreams, right? I know a lot of times when we like working towards something, like we working at it like religiously and like very like deliberate about trying to like reach whatever their goal or their dream is in our head, like sometimes it's easy to get like distracted or distorted with your vision on like, damn, they got this or that person got that. Like when am I gonna strike gold? Like I'm steady chipping away. Like when am I gonna strike gold? And like I just like felt it in my spirit of just like, no, like relax, it's coming. You just accumulating all the information you need. So once you finally strike gold, you're able to multiply that gold and maintain it for generations to come. And like I felt like gratitude in that, and like, thank you, God. Because had I struck gold right now, I probably would have been messed it up 4 or 5 times and like really would have been down bad. Because I don't have all the tools I need to be equipped to maintain it. And so when you on your journey to whoever it is out there, whatever your journey is, whatever it is that you're working towards, I know sometimes you may feel like I don't have everything I need, right? But I had this vision in my head that like, yes, at this moment point in time, like where you're sitting at right now, like you may not have everything you need, but as long as you're working towards your journey, there's going to be a tool over here. There's going to be a screw over there for you to put in your bag. There's going to be some screws over there. There's going to be some instructions over there. It's going to be a cup of water for you to take a little break and get back at it. And you're going to accumulate all these tools as you're along your journey trying to strike gold. And once you strike gold, you're going to have all those tools and nuts and bolts, hammers and screwdrivers that you picked up along the way to be able to assemble whatever it is you need to put together to maintain the goal that you just found. And along that journey as well, whoever started off with you, as we all know, they're not going to end up with you. And so it's also a blessing that even though like we want to strike gold so early or so fast, it's also important that you don't strike gold and you got the wrong person leaning over your shoulder. Case in point, what we just got done talking about, right? And so, and thinking about PJ Washington, I thought about Christian Wood's story, right? And for those who don't know, drafted 2015, had a girlfriend, expected to go late first rounder, ended up going undrafted. Everybody's still trying to, keep the spirits high, party. Look, man, you've done something most people couldn't accomplish. Like, let's still try to live it up. And his girlfriend there at the time, I believe he was coming out of UNLV, girlfriend with him draft night or whatever, and takes girlfriend to the airport after draft night. All right, boom, 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 and figure this league thing out. Never hears from her again. Never hears from her again. She looks at him, bro, you a bust. You didn't even get drafted in the league. Imagine if he would have struck gold on draft night. Just imagine if he would have struck gold on draft night and had
that
Shorty
would have
right
been a
there.
divorce 10 years down the line that would have had his name on it. He really was a blessing in disguise, man. For real.
And then, because he didn't strike gold back then, 2019, coming out the league, coming out of college, went on to China, worked at it, accumulated whatever tools he needed. So when he finally did strike gold and came back to the Rockets and got drafted, he was able to enhance his skills so he could be able to then sign a $41 million contract for 3 years with the Houston Rockets. Now imagine if old girl would have still been with him when he was fresh out of college, and she would have had some of that. But because God didn't give it all to him before he was ready, and gave it to him just at the right time. Once he accumulated all the knowledge and instructions and so on and so forth that he needed to maintain that $41 million, he had removed our girl 5 years way back. So for y'all out there on your journey, keep working and just pay attention to the things around you that you need to be paying attention to. So when you strike for gold, you can be able to keep your goal and enhance it. So yeah. Hope that whatever ears needs to hear that, I trust that it'll find those ears.
It was good work, Edward. Good work. It was good work there.
Thank you kindly.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Football, baby.
Finally.
Football, baby.
Finally.
All right. So before we go digging tooth and nail and everything right now, we're gonna try this. Let everybody get out their hot take, and then we'll let Coach Johnson get us into the quarterbacks and all that. Who wants to go first with their hot take?
I got a hot take, and I don't know if it'll be too hot. The way this player keeps performing, but I have Zach Wilson winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I also have Kyler Murray winning MVP this year. You're welcome.
Who's next?
Well, I'll take it. I think Trey Lance is going to be Rookie of the Year, and yeah, that's it. That's as far as I can see from the preseason. I think he looks the most explosive and ready for the NFL right now. So that's my take.
Okay. You got one, Black Piece, or no?
Nothing.
My team is impaired, so I don't have. My team is personally impaired, so I really don't have a comment, to be honest. So I'll let you. I'll piggyback if the time arises.
You got something, Edward? You got something? You got a hot take?
I got a couple. Well, some of them aren't like hot takes. Well, it may be a hot take. I think I believe in Mac Jones, bro. I think I believe in Mac Jones. I think with a lot more time, like I think he can get scary. I think he can become very, very scary. That's just one, but I'll unravel the rest as we continue to go.
Hey, man. I will say you boys are hitting 2 from 3 from the field tonight. I am very high on Mac Jones. I'm very high on Zach Wilson. I am not high on Trey Lance right now after that performance. Yes, Trey Lance had a beautiful touchdown that was schemed up perfectly by my guy Kyle Shanahan. But after that, I mean, he still did go 5 for 14. He still did take 4 sacks. He is not ready to start in the NFL right now. He can be at some point, but not right now. So no, he's not ready yet. Also too, just real quick, a lot of the drops that he had, and Okay, before I say, all right. He's not Blake Bortles. Okay, he's not Blake Bortles. But I'm gonna say this: a lot of the drops that they had were because of the way the ball was coming out of his hands. And I hate it. Look, it's a real thing, right? Now, if I was coaching the receivers in San Francisco, you got to catch everything, touch your hands, whatever, out, right? But flutter balls are the hardest balls to catch, especially when they're coming out as hard as they are from him. Blake Bortles used to do the same crap. This is why the Jaguars used to always have a high drop rate when Blake was the quarterback. Trey Lance was doing that. Now, I did not see that. I did not see that at North Dakota State while he was in college. So I don't know if he was just overhyped for playing in his first game in the NFL. But a lot of his drops were those flutter ball drops where he was gunslinging it in flutter balls, weren't spirals, right? So, but because of that, I am the lowest on the 5 quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round. I'm the lowest on Trey Lance right now. I think he will be great because he's in a great situation with Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers organization. But just him as a player, I'm the lowest on him right now. Second guy. Go ahead.
Let's stay Trey Lance, right?
Okay.
Because
I want to say something real quick. You're a homer for Kyle Shanahan. I think 10 years from now, it's gonna come out that he had one of the worst fucking picks. Then he had one of the worst fucking Super Bowls coached ever because he would have passed up on Justin Fields, and I think Justin Fields will be, good news bears instead of bad news bears. How about that?
I say that, and so picking back off of Isaac, so it's kind of a hot take. I mean, it's a hot take, whatever. It's after one preseason game. I think Justin Fields may be a whole lot better. Lamar Jackson. That's another one of my hot takes.
A better Lamar. Okay, gotcha.
So all right. So we all know Christian and Kyle Shanahan, right? So I was watching Trey Lance play, and I was just like, okay, so football season is here, so we definitely have to hold Christian's feet to the fire. Like, bro, I feel like first question. Do you believe Kyle Shanahan can make any quarterback in the league look great?
I think he can make them look better than whatever they are. So, I'll say this: of the 5 quarterbacks that went in the first round, could he make them look great? Yes. All those guys are talented enough that if they played under Kyle Shanahan, they would look great.
This is my thing, Isaac, dealing with Christian and Kyle Shanahan, because I understand play calling.
I understand Zach Wilson too.
And you scheming up, but when is it? Yo, this player is just good as hell, and when is it? Oh, this is Kyle Shanahan's work, because I feel like it's splitting hairs, or there's no definitive. Because I feel like anybody that does great with Kyle Shanahan, it's gonna be 90% Kyle Shanahan to you and 10% that player.
No, it's not. I'll say this. Okay, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is a top 12, top 15 quarterback in the NFL, right? Under Kyle Shanahan, he was MVP. Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback, period, in the NFL, right? Prior to Matt LaFleur getting there was a lot of talk about, hey, he's downhill. He's over. He needs to be looking towards retirement. He's not as good as what he once was. 2 years after being with Matt LaFleur, he's an MVP, right? So the system elevates whatever the quarterback it already is, right? So you take a Kirk Cousins, who's a middling quarterback. When he's a free agent, he's like, oh snap, this might be a top 8 type guy, right? Kirk Cousins is not, compared to all the quarterbacks in the league, he's not overly talented, right? But whenever he's involved in that system, either whether it be under Kyle Shanahan or under Sean McVay, he looks like a top 8 type quarterback, right? Even what he's doing with Gary Kubiak, sometimes he comes out as a top 8, top 7 type quarterback. So
I was almost ready to be like, I may see what Christian's talking about with with Kyle Shanahan, because I was under the disbelief that like I didn't believe in Trey Lance because I feel like most of his work was like done like on the ground using his legs.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he had think he had rushed for anything in his first preseason game. I was like, okay, he got the ability to stand in the pocket and sling it, I see. But like, is that him or is that Kyle Shanahan drawing it up so he don't have to, and he took 4 sacks. Some of those are just like the offensive line getting beat. But yeah, so I guess I'll keep watching. So you're saying he shouldn't be starting this season? He needs to tone it up and get better.
I say he need to wait for a little bit, probably half the season at least. But also too, man. I mean, as long as Jimmy G is healthy, these guys will win games. Jimmy G is not terrible to where he'll lose them games as long as he's healthy. They'll win games. His only issue has been his health. I don't see him being ready week 1 to lead these guys to victory. I think he could because Kyle Shanahan set it up, but I think Jimmy G is the safer choice for them for right now. At some point though, we all saw the talent. It's there, no doubt, right? It just needs to get refined. So if I had to rank the quarterbacks, I'm gonna go up, from 5 to 1. The number 4 quarterback would be Justin Fields. So I would disagree with Sean Hart's take there about Justin Fields. In the middle of the game, I'm watching it. I'm on the phone. I call you, Elwood. I'm like, man, what is Matt Nagy doing? He's not making this guy look great. What is he doing?
Here's another. I'm just saying it so it don't slip. So you got Justin Fields at 4. When we was talking this past week, talking about Matt Nagy and the Chicago Bears, I was thinking about Justin Fields possibly being in another Deshaun Watson situation where he has to overcome the Bill O'Briens of the world. Even though I know you don't agree with the Bill O'Brien take, but for reference of how
no. I hate that for him, man, because he's gonna have to overcome the incompetence of his head coach, but I feel as though Justin Fields is a more talented, better passer than Mitch Trubisky was, so he'll have a better tool to work with. So hopefully he can more so kind of put Justin in a position to be successful.
Yeah. Justin Fields is definitely more talented than Mr. Trubisky. That's no doubt. His running ability, like you said, Howard, is very, very. It is up there with the.
It was beautiful.
4-4-1.
Yeah. It's up there with the Lamars. It's up there with the Deshaun's. It's up.
You go.
I was just saying that if they were to start him week 1, which I think they could actually, I don't think that it's a situation where, like with the 49ers, I think the gap between his flaws and what he's not able to do within the regular mundane down to down stuff. I don't think that the splash that he can bring that Andy Dalton can. I don't think that it cost him as much. I think it'll be about even. So I think that the Bears could start him week 1 if they wanted to. But after going back and looking at the game again, and looking at the other 3 quarterbacks who are above him, in the regular, shotgun, get the snap, make a pre-snap read, get the ball out, to somebody real quick on a quick concept. He struggled early on, and when I say struggled, I kept thinking like, hey man, Matt Nagy's not drawing something up for him, so he can be successful, right? Which we saw that stuff later on, right, where he did the Kyle Shanahan play with the tight end wide open, and all that stuff. But these other quarterbacks before him, all they had was the mundane stuff. They didn't have all the other, great plays, and they were able to execute the mundane stuff, right? They were able to execute. Hey, here we go. We're going double slants. We're going stick route. Hey, we might get a dagger here. Bam, bam, bam. Right, just all day one install stuff. These guys were executing on that stuff. He wasn't. he wasn't able to execute on it unless he scrambled outside the pocket or there was a play action shot play that was drawn up. So because of that, I'm like, hey, maybe this is evidence of why teams started passing up on him, right? Because they saw something that maybe, a lot of us didn't, not going through, going through everything to see, hey, on these little things that we need him to do, 25 times a game. Yeah, he can give us those 5 great plays. This is almost the same thing I can say about
I was just about to say,
right? Hey, those mundane things that we need done on, if he's dropping back 30 times, 25 times a game, we just need him to do A to B, A to B, A to B, A to B. We can go A to Z on five of those plays. That's fine. But the other 25, I need A to B, and he's not being able to do that. So, so that we'll see. He has, like Deshaun Watson, though, he has ridiculous talent that maybe those 5 plays just overcome all the other stuff that he can't, that he struggles with doing. I'm saying he can't do, that he struggles with doing, right? So, so we'll see. But from the other 3 guys, the mundane things that they were asked to do, they did well, right? If I had to rank, the rest of them, I would put Trevor Lawrence as number 3 as far as his execution of everything. Going through, and actually later on this week, you guys can check out. I actually did a video breaking down every play from Trevor Lawrence during his preseason game. But he seemed nervous. Go ahead.
So I don't know if we want to categorize it as nervousness, but when I was watching him play, it's like, okay, I see he has the framework, he has the body type to be a quarterback, and he's tall, has the length. It's like when he was dropping back, it's just like I feel like his mechanics wasn't fully there. Like I seen a lot of throws, it's like, yo, he throwing off the back foot. Like why he's not stepping through? Like I get it, you tall and you long, so you could just flicker the wrist and get it there. But like I didn't see like fundamental like getting it there. I was like,
and the thing is
that something or is that nothing?
I think it is something. Again, I'm not a QB guru, so I can't really speak too much.
Be critical of him. Oh, yo, Jackson.
Hey, Izzo, he put him at 3. I think that's as critical as
No. I'm being critical of him, but I'm saying I can't tell you exactly. I'm being critical of him, but I can't tell you exactly what he did wrong. Even in looking at his launching point and how he was kind of skittish in the pocket and all that stuff.
It was just like
both sacks that he took.
It was lackluster.
Yeah. He was luster. Even like after the plays, when plays didn't go well. You just kind of looked and saw like a look of dejection on his face. And
it's like he can't just be good for the Jaguars. He has to be the leader for the Jaguars.
He has to be the guy, right? There's so much riding on him, and he may feel that. That's probably why he's not used to that. Hey, at Clemson, a bunch of people getting drafted, with him, right? So he comes to the Jags, a team that was 1-15 for a reason last year. New head coach into this, so hey, we'll see what happens with him, with the Saints. The good thing that we've heard all camp from him though is whenever he's had a bad day of practice, he's come out the next few days and been great. He didn't have a great game. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. I actually left the game more inspired and hopeful for, there's a lot good here. I see why he was pick number 1. There's a lot great here, even with him messing up, right? The difference between him and a Gardner Minshew is his bag can look okay, and then he's able to do, the 52-yard bomb to Marvin Jones that Gardner Minshew can't do, right? So he's able to make that stuff. So there's a lot of great stuff there, but I think, he's not as ready-made as he was made out to be. But it's very similar to Andrew Luck. I mean, Andrew Luck's first game with the Colts, he had like 5 turnovers. Right, they lost like 44 to 10 or something like that to the Bears. So and they started off, I think, 2-3 that year. Then they ended up going 11-5. So. Do
you think he's going to have QB amnesia?
Say it again.
He's going to have QB amnesia.
Going 11.
You think I would have QB amnesia?
Do you think he's going to have QB amnesia to where, pig, bad play, bad possession, then be able to pull himself out of the
play
mud?
syndrome?
Yeah. Well, it seems like he does have that. So all the reports, coming out the last two prices that they had, which was after the game, were touchdowns here, left to right, He's hitting people here. So he seems to be doing that, and even in the game, he'll make a bad play and then come back the next day and be like, okay, this is why he was picked number one, right? So for those who didn't watch it, his first play of the game, he takes a sack, right? 2 plays later, it's 3rd and 10, he throws a strike, first down, right? Next or later on that drive or the next drive, takes another sack on first down or second down. Next play.
It's a very overlooked attribute, man. That's what the Tom Brady's, with the Aaron Rodgers, with the Drew Brees have.
Yeah.
So even Deshaun, that's what he has, amnesia. Like, oh, you know what? Pick bad half. We're trying to win. So that's a good future, bro.
Yeah.
I give them all the grace to like get through get through preseason and like see who gets like those early starts in the regular season. But yeah, man, I definitely don't think like at the end of the day, it's like as great as we want them to be and they were projected to be and like all this coverage and they can do this, they can do that. It's just like these are still relatively like young men like coming into like a grown man's like league and like figuring that out. And as much as like you may practice Monday to Friday or whatever, like just no like true preparation, just like that game day feeling and vibe and that energy and getting hit and like, oh, you're not protected in practice. Like, all right, nigga, we trying to take your head off in preseason because we trying to earn a spot on the other team too.
Coach.
Yes.
So I think you are leaving off your number one. So go ahead and take us home, man.
Yeah. So I got my number 2 and my number 1. So number 2, I'm gonna make Zach Wilson number 2 only because he only threw 9 passes compared to how many passes did Mac Jones throw?
What? Come on.
Mac threw 19.
Mac Jones is asked to do more. I mean, it is what it is. I basically have them even. Mac Jones is actually doing a little bit more that this past week, so I'm gonna put Zach Wilson number 2. But both of these guys look the freaking part, man. I mean, they look the part.
I don't know this. I don't know where he is on the depth chart for the Patriots or Wilkerson or whatever, but like probably 50% of his completions were to Wilkerson.
17,
yes, him. And if he's there, I was like, okay, so he's developing some chemistry with that guy.
Yeah, I think I think he's an undrafted guy. Let me check while you talk. Keep going.
And so Cam started. I think Cam may have had like 2 or 3 series or whatever. It was like, okay, cool, whatever. Obviously, Mac Jones had, more series than Cam. And so, like, I had text in the group chat. I was like, bro, that energy in Gillette Stadium when Mac Jones came in, like, said, we want him. Like, that was just the energy. Like, it was no slight or disrespect to Cam. It was just like, and the reason I feel, and like, if I was a fan too, like, I feel like Cam being with the Patriots, I feel like he auditioning to go somewhere else next year. I feel like he auditioning to go somewhere next year, and I also feel like Bill Belichick is trying to figure out as soon as possible, rather sooner than later, if Mac Jones is the guy. And so I don't know how much of a margin of error Cam Newton is going to be given. I don't know if like he got to be great to keep his job all the way through the season. I don't know if he just got to be pedestrian and take care of the ball. I don't think there's no true loyalty to him in his relationship with Bill Belichick to be like let's start like trying to develop the future. Thank you, Cam. Bye, Cam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but no, like watching Mac Jones like play and like the throws that he was making, there was like prototype NFL catches, throwing guys open. Like I know he had a couple like go routes that he missed, but like they were like in the ballpark or whatever. Like Darnell was talking about having that quarterback amnesia, bad throw here, there, whatever. It doesn't seem like to like really rattle him, and it kind of just made me question like, okay, is this Mac Jones being up to par, or is this Bill Belichick making sure he make his quarterback look good, or whoever the offensive coordinator is? But it genuinely felt like Mac Jones was like controlling, like he had control of what he was doing. This wasn't him being like blanketed with certain receivers or certain like protections or whatever. Because like it seemed like they pretty much like opened up the playbook for him in the first debut just to see, can he do this? Okay, empty backfield, shotgun. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, shame on me because I looked at everybody except Zach Wilson. So shame on me for that. But coming into the lead, I had high hopes on. Like I picked Zach Wilson just about over. Ain't that who you said you got? Who you said you got rookie of the year, Isaac?
I had Zach Wilson, and then I had Kyler Murray. I don't even think as a dark horse MVP candidate. I think I got him as an MVP candidate. This year, yeah.
Yeah, we'll touch that on another pod. But so I'll just say Zach Wilson. He was only asked to throw the ball 9 times. Every time the ball was placed exactly where it needed to be. Obviously, Corey Davis. He leaned on Corey Davis a lot, just like Trevor Lawrence leaned on Marvin Jones a lot for the fantasy players out there. So that may be something there. But again, he's in that Kyle Shanahan system. They're going to set him up for success. But they didn't necessarily try to make him look good. Like, it was just like, hey, this is the basic game plan, what we're running, day one stuff. Just go out there and get it done. And he got it done where he needed to. So the ball comes out of his hand different. The best thrower of the football out of anybody in the class.
Thank you. That's exactly what I saw on tape as well.
That's unquestionable. So he's going to be all right. So I think the Jets, there's a chance that they aren't good this year, but I would expect them to be in some tight games. If they have a losing record, they're not going to be an easy out. I think it's going to be quite impressive what they do. There's a chance, though, man. There's a chance that I don't know what their over/under is. 7, 8, 9 games. They might get there, man. So, but coming up, I think they'll be highly successful.
Sedacious. Question to everybody, but I want you to go first, Dacious. How long do you give a quarterback in the NFL coming in as a rookie? How long does he supposed to get to determine whether or not he is the guy? Is it one time period fits all, or is it case by case basis? But and from you, like, how long would you give a guy to be like, get him out of here, we need to draft a new one or trade for somebody else?
So you said if they start him, or if they let him be a backup?
Backup or start. I'm either or.
Well, I guess if they picking him to be the guy right now, I think you go that first 2 years, and you don't get to that third one. But backup, you know what I'm saying? If you let him cultivate for a little bit for 2-3 years, no, same. You give him 2 years. After 2 years, you don't sacrifice no more than that.
Okay. What about you, Izzo? You agree or what?
Yeah, definitely hit about the 2-year range. Typically with quarterbacks, if you don't see that stride or that leap in year 2, that just goes to tell me either one, you're not accompanying the talent with the work ethic, or shit, 2, you just not that good. You're not that guy. So you kind of find out, if it's a dud or a blow, like Chris said. Hey, I'm on fire with these folks.
Yeah.
Real one.
Black Peace.
Man, I agree. 2 years, man. That's about it. 1 year to get into the feel of the team, and after that, they're gonna give you some weapons or do what they can to see what you're about. You don't come in that second year, that's it, player. Done deal.
Gotcha. I would say it depends on where they're drafted. If they're drafted in the first round, you give them their whole contract. If Josh Allen was only given his 2 years, we wouldn't have seen the Josh Allen we saw last year. So I say give him the whole contract. This guy's sedation.
The offense wasn't based around him those the first couple of years, though, right?
Make that boy put some respect on his name, dog.
But the offense wasn't based around him though the first couple of years, though, right? Or at least the first year.
The first year wasn't
exactly. So I mean, that's like an asterisk year. If it's not based around him, his success, and it's based off the running game, like you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, because he wasn't starting. He didn't start till like halfway through the year. His first year, but even his second year when they tried to tailor the offense for him, you know, he had accuracy issues, man. He had accuracy issues. He didn't know how to put touch on the ball and all that good stuff. And then, you know, he went to work. They brought people in, and you know, last year we saw it come together, right? And now he went on and signed his huge contract. So, and I would say also too, even for Baker Mayfield, his first year, hey, rookie. Well, Saquon won Rookie of the Year, but he had a Rookie of the Year type season. Then you know the next year things don't look too good. Then last year things started off rocky, but by the end of the year, man, you know, I mean, we go back to the Kansas City Chiefs game. Baker looked mighty good. So.
But like you said, he had success in his rookie year to prove he has potential. Like, if you have your first 2 years, you ain't shown nothing. You ain't got not even like a nomination for Rookie of the Year. Then okay, then yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
gotcha.
You know, I think there are certain special cases. I just want to know more detail on that. Like, I mean, you've proven something in some point, and I mean, things go bad regardless. They still got to keep.
Gotcha.
Hey, to making a transition from the rookie quarterback conversation, to wrap it up, Sedacious, I think, and I'm not even trolling, I genuinely feel like this. I think there's a serious concern for Dak Prescott and his arm or his shoulder injury. Do you subscribe to that or no? That's the first question. And two, do you want to see him? Do you think it's imperative for him to be out there week 1?
Versus the Bucks.
I feel like he should just play, and I feel like is it imperative? Yes, it is imperative that he play week 1. I don't know why I'm thinking about preseason, but I don't subscribe to the injury. It's just like some muscle soreness, and he just needs to like chill the fuck out for a second, and then he'll be all right. So that way.
Okay, so I know that you said you want them to get smacked in the mouth week 1 because you feel like it's gonna like alert them for the rest of the season.
Right.
But I think also everybody's gonna like harshly be judging Dak Prescott when he comes back. Like as a fan or stan, how important do you think it is for him to like get some type of reps in the preseason?
Not important at all. He should just practice.
Okay.
Yeah, he should just practice.
Add on to that as a non-Cowboys fan.
Go, bro. It's your podcast too.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the Cowboys. I just want to clarify with my Cowboys fan. That's all that was. No. Yeah, I think I should sit that man down week 1 because week 1 is going to be explosive, and if that Bucks plays any percentage of what they did in the Super Bowl, it's not going to look good. And that's just out of just a concern of the future. Like, sit that man down, do not risk it.
All starters are returning too for the Bucks. All starters.
It's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth your future.
Okay.
Period.
Okay, I will say this. I'm going to disagree with Black Keith on that. Now, I don't know if Dallas got the offensive line figured out. Okay. I don't know if they have that figured out or not, but what they do have that the Kansas City Chiefs did not have is multiple weapons to throw to. The Chiefs had Travis Kelce, they had Tyreek Hill, That got shut down. They didn't have a third option, right? The Cowboys got options. They got CD, got Amari Cooper, they got Michael Gallup, and then that kid number 1, Fredericks or whatever, looks mighty good. And then tight ends not bad. So you got Zeke out of the backfield, you got Pollard out the backfield. They got weapons to throw to put points up against the Bucs as long as they can give Dak a little bit of time.
I feel that on that, but I'm not worried about the offense. What I'm worried about, what I'm looking at week 1, is how this defense shapes up against Tom Brady.
Because Brady,
it's not going to shape up well.
To have a field day. What they wear? Little fun that say, I got my old head Brady. Old head. Yeah, niggas call them starry ass niggas up, man. Free world hit a smash on you cows.
Hey, as long as y'all hold them under 31, maybe I got a chance.
Hey, bro. Hey, keep this podcast for either my demise or you niggas' demise. But we're going to keep this.
Man, you heard what we said, nigga. Put your money up. Free world, nigga.
We're going to see.
Yeah, all right.
Gotcha. Hey,
hold on. Before we, is it go real quick question?
Well, it wasn't on this subject. I was going to change the subject. So you had something.
Okay, hold on. Sedacious, how long are you giving Dak in this season? Obviously, I know he signed a contract extension, but like, how long before you hit the panic button? Like, how much grace are you giving him to be like, yeah, this is not who I thought we signed this season? You giving him a whole season, or like, when are you hitting the panic button if you don't feel like you're seeing what
I feel like if he stays healthy, there'll be no time to hit the panic button.
All right. You got it, Christian. I will wrap it up.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Hey, so yeah, real quick, a couple of second-year quarterbacks to look forward to the rest of the preseason and the rest of the season. Jacob Eason for the Colts looked mighty good, man. Number 9 went to Georgia, then went to I think Washington State, didn't get a preseason last year, didn't get a chance to play last year, but looked mighty good in his first preseason game. I'd love to see what he does this week. Jordan Love actually looked pretty doggone good versus the Texans in the preseason, and so
Texans.
Yeah, but we'll see what he does the rest of the time there, and then Jalen Hurd, man. Jalen Hurd is looking a lot better. He's looking a lot better, and there's a lot of great stuff coming out of they're practicing with the Patriots this week, and even the Patriots writers are saying that he's looking very, very good. So we'll see. He might have made a little jump there, and so the Eagles might have found their guy in Jalen Hurd. Might have. I'm not declaring anything, just saying might have.
Jalen Hurd.
Jalen Hurts, nigga.
Hurts. My bad.
I was like, they got another quarterback?
No, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, my bad. Jalen Hurd is the ex-Tennessee running back who's a receiver now.
Kobe Bryant.
Jalen Hurts.
It was. I was like, Hurd. I never heard of that guy.
My bad. Jalen Hurts.
So is Baker Mayfield better than Josh Allen?
Is Baker Mayfield better than Josh Allen?
Baker Mayfield isn't more talented than Josh Allen. So from a physical arm talent quarterback perspective, he isn't nearly as talented as Josh Allen. So no, but I think who's set up for success long term, arguably, I would maybe say Baker due to the fact that they have a bona fide run game and a nicely built O-line that they can lean on, and a defense that doesn't give up too many points.
I say the Browns have a better season than the Bills.
Why?
This nigga hates. He hates Jalen Hurts. He hates Jason.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a hot take. A lot of people think that. A lot of people are picking up.
But no, other people don't dislike Josh Allen as much as
Is Josh Allen a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield?
I don't know, bro. Like,
Yo, you
That's
say
it,
this
the
Josh
Black
Allen
Allen
fuck one of your
Football.
hoes. All right, beautiful. All right, beautiful people. This is the
It's his
Respect the
birthday
Game
yesterday.
podcast.
Hey, who's a better quarterback, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Hey, man. Hey, we leaving it here, man. We
You said
answering that
quarterback.
on
You didn't say athlete.
Yeah,
Is Josh Allen better than Lamar Jackson?
Didn't Baker Mayfield
Will
win
Christian ever get his edge up back? Will the Cowboys succeed this season? We'll find out on the next episode of Respect the Game podcast.